Hi, my name's Tegan. I'm one of the owners here at Jacob's Trading, and today we're going to be talking about Aventurine versus Jade. To start, we're going to talk about Aventurine. Aventurine is a type of silicate. Silicate is made up of the elements silica and oxygen. Aventurine is a type of quartz in this family that gets its nice green color from a mineral called fuchsite, which is this green sparkly guy, which is actually a type of mica. You find it in makeup sometimes. Aventurine is also found all over the world actually, but the greatest deposit is typically found in India. Next we're going to be talking about jade. There's actually two different kinds of jade. This one that I'm actually holding here is called the Nephrite Jade, and then the other kind is called Jadeite. I don't have any Jadeite here because it is actually a much more expensive, hard to find stone. Typically, if you've been sold something as Jadeite, unless you've paid a much higher price tag on it, it's not actually Jadeite. So the main difference between Nephrite and Jadeite is the chemical composition. They are actually both forms of silicate, just like Aventurine is, except their chemical composition differs in that silicate. Nephrite is actually a form of mixture of calcium and magnesium, whereas Jadeite is actually a mixture of sodium and aluminum in this combination. So nephrite can actually be found all over the world, but the main deposit obviously is in China. There are also greater deposits in BC and Canada, Alaska, and as well as Poland. For the sake of this video, we're not actually going to go over any more identification about jadeite, as most of the time it's not what you have. It's probably something else, like some of the alternatives that I'll mention later on in this video. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the color difference. Aventurine is always going to be kind of more into this pale, lighter green color, whereas your nephrite jades are always going to be, your high quality gets into this nice dark rich color. Sometimes lower qualities can be kind of a lemony green, but generally it's a more richer green, and you're going to get these dark black veins that sometimes go throughout. So when you're looking at raw pieces, typically they look very similar when they're in the raw state. So the main difference you're going to be looking at is the color inside. So if you actually take a bright light, like the light on your cell phone, and you shine it through Aventurine, you're going to see a very consistent color and maybe some of those sparkles, a very grainy texture on the inside. Whereas nephrite, you're going to get that lemony color, and you're going to see all those nice little spots and specks and little squiggles of darker colors throughout. Another easy way to tell the difference, particularly with Aventurine, is Aventurine actually sparkles, whether it be raw or polished. I don't know if you can see it on this video, but because of that lovely fuchsia mica that I mentioned earlier, it has some sparkle. On polished pieces, the sparkle can be harder to see, but if you look up closer, you get a loop. What you're going to see is like a grain, so tiny little speckles and sparkles all throughout the inside of the stone. One of the other things you might see in Aventurine that you're not necessarily going to see in jade or jadeite is bands of like white chunkies, because Aventurine is still more form of quartz than nephrite is, so you're going to see possibly chunks of quartz mixed in with it. So the last thing we're going to talk about is actually lookalikes. Most times people are looking for jade, and that's what they're trying to purchase. When you purchase jade, really be watching your price. This can help determine what you're actually getting out of. If it's quite cheap, you're probably getting Aventurine. You might be getting something else called serpentine. You see a lot of things come by that are things like pink jade, yellow jade, blue jade. All of these stones typically are dyed something else, be it quartz or Aventurine. True expensive jadeite is really hard to find, and the price point will scare you. That's kind of the main difference. Nephrite jade is not as hard to find, but still be looking for those color and texture differences so that you can see if you're getting the proper stone. That's all we have for you today, guys. Hope you like what you saw. If you do, we have a store here at 1600 Regent Avenue West in Winnipeg, Manitoba. If you're not local to us, we do actually have a wonderful online store where you can visit us all over the world. And we also have a crazy good YouTube channel where we post lots of content just like this, and we post jewelry making videos, rock videos, metaphysical videos. Be sure to follow us there too. Cheers!